My name is Tommy Holmes, here with Holmes Law in our offices today on Richmond in Houston, Texas. And we're here to talk about due diligence and land services that we provide here at the firm and that you need to be wary of when engaging in energy transactions involving minerals, hydrocarbons, and others. For one, you need to consider due diligence, both title due diligence, land service and land contracts, as well as things such as purchase and sale agreements, schedules of leases, key contracts, maps, surveys, stuff of that nature. We prepare for each project a due diligence checklist. This ranges all the way from beginning to end and doesn't all have to be done by us, but does need to be performed at some point or another throughout the transaction and prior to or shortly after closing. We help in the process all the way from actually running landmen in-house. We have in-house landmen and a land department as well. And we can also work with other outside landmen and third parties. The purpose here is to evaluate for risks and key parts of the property or minerals, surface or below, that is needed for the operations of the potential buyer. We also represent sellers in helping cure potential defects and helping negotiate terms to closing. We work on assignments, purchase and sale agreements, farm-in agreements, farm-out agreements, joint operating agreements, gas balancing agreements, production sharing agreements, including permitting, railroad commission issues, any demands by other vendors, or any prospecting and exploration needs that you may have. All of this comes under the encompassing of the due diligence checklist. Within this due diligence checklist, we also can create a scope of employment and a budget. Recently, we created some budget on the prospective acreage and mineral play to buy minerals and leases in parts of Texas. For this, we would go through the process of putting together what's called a master review list, or document that pulls together all of the key leases or key documents pertaining to tracts, minerals, acres, and other parts of the transaction. We would review wells, drill site information, API numbers, which identify each well, as well as the land use agreements, anything else that pertains to the surface, other surface agreements, pipelines, easements, right-of-ways, division orders, other title opinions, drilling title opinions, lease schedules, division order title opinions, saltwater disposal wells, and everything in between. Really, what you need to consider is, how am I going to navigate the course of performing proper due diligence within a budget? Like we mentioned before, we can help you create that budget from our scope of representation and take that scope of representation and create a due diligence checklist. Without a doubt, we can help you through this process, from the review, obtaining the documents, creating a data room and access for your people, as well as hard copies if you so desire, and guide you through the process all the way through closing, curative, and operating the assets. We're here to help you. Please contact us at Holmes Law, or our general email is info@holmespllc.com. Again, info@holmes, like Sherlock, PLLC, like professional limited liability company.com.